This is TB Talks and BS Walks. Join the conversation or the BS. Here are the masterminds behind the microphone, Tyler and Brian.
Welcome, everybody, to TV Talks and BS Walks. Tyler, as always, my sidekick, Brian, in the house as well. We have an awesome show for you guys. This episode is going to be off the chain. We have Johnny with Custom Controllers in the house. And if you have not checked out his work, you guys have to go to his Twitter page, Custom Controllers with a K and a Z at the end. You guys have to check out his work. It is phenomenal. He is in the call all the way from the mean streets of California. Johnny, are you there, brother? What's up?
What's going on, guys? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming, man.
We appreciate you taking the time out to hang out with us nobodies for about 30 minutes or so.
Hey, man, we'll take an hour. It don't matter.
For those of you guys that listen to the show, at the end of our show, we have a BM. That is the Brian's Moment. Mm-hmm. And this is going to kind of be an extended version of that. There will be no politics, no current events, trending news today. This is all video games because you guys have to get the hookup on what he's doing here. So yes. I'm going to let Brian take the reins. I have a couple questions, though, before we get that started.
Go for it.
This is your brainchild, correct? Custom Controllers is your brainchild. You thought this up. You're the inventor. You're the main man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I thought of this back in what? I want to say graduation of high school back in 2011.
Wow.
Okay, so you've been doing this since 2011. Now, do you have a crew that works with you, or is it just you?
Well, the way it works is me. I have a business partner who actually lives up the street that I met via Instagram out of the blue. He's known for custom painting shoes, and I put him on to painting controllers. So now that's my go-to guy, and then also I have a team who does marketing for me on social media, as well as a graphics team, and just all around I got somebody that does something that to help the brand and build the brand and put in work.
Very nice.
Well, I think it's awesome, man. And you're at about 23.5 thousand followers on Twitter. Is that correct?
Yes.
So that's you are working your way up the chain, man. Social media is such a powerful outlet these days that that's if you got something to hawk, man, that's the way to get it done. That's the way for everybody to see it. Yeah. So, well, like I said, man, I'm super excited. I've seen some of your work. I actually saw the Red Dead Redemption 2 prototype that you put out.
Okay.
Definitely catches the eye.
Yeah, man, it was absolutely fantastic. Was that an actual shotgun shell that you had used for the joysticks?
Well, with all the bullet buns that we use, they're actual shotgun shells. The joysticks, they can be either a 9mm or a 12mm, which are bigger.
Wow.
So the ones on there are 12mm, and then just the regular face buns, those could be the 9mm. So they have some good weight to them.
Oh, very. I want one so bad. I was hoping. I'm still hoping that you will get the go ahead from Rockstar to do these controllers with the logo and everything, because it looks beautiful. That's what actually caught our eye when we contacted you. It was just beautiful work. I'm crossing my fingers for you, man.
Hey, if anybody from Rockstar is listening to the show, you guys need to get on it.
Trust me, I've had a couple people personally email Rockstar to let them know we got to get this going. If not, we'll tweak it up and make our own version. Still push it out.
I hope so. I'm you pretty much signed me up already because I'm a huge Red Dead Redemption fan, and to see 2 coming out, it got really exciting. And then I saw that controller, and I just crossed my fingers that it came with the game until I realized you were a separate entity. And then it was just like, oh, please let them hire him.
It's crazy, man. It seems like any time that I've ever thought of something cool, like, hey, I'm going to invent this. I'm going to do something. I'm going to start my own business. Someone else has already beat me to it. I'm always a day late and a dollar short, man. So, it's or maybe I'm just not smart enough to get the ball rolling on things like that. I mean, I don't have many talents. I'm kind of a plain Jane kind of guy, but I'm glad you're doing it, man. It's
actually brings up my first question. It's a great segue into it. How did you come up with the idea to do this? Did you just sit down, you had a controller, and you just didn't like the look, and you decided to design it yourself, or was it kind of a collaboration of a lot of things?
Well, this is what happened. Me being a senior in high school, I was, thinking, what am I going to do? What do I got to do to kill some time? I really didn't want to get a 9-to-5 job. And I don't like working for people. Just plain and simple.
I understand.
But I mean, I started in the music industry doing a lot of social media marketing and whatnot. Did that for about, I want to say, roughly a year. Mm-hmm. And then it got too shady to where everybody loves playing video games. I sat down, looked at my PS3 controller at the time, and it was like, let's see if I can make it different. Like you were saying, it's the same tired look. I looked on YouTube, saw how to do it. It looked fairly easy, so I went ahead and did my own. Posted it on Facebook. Didn't really have. I had Twitter, or no, I didn't have Twitter. Posted it on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Started getting some traction. Other people were like, "Oh, that looks cool. Can you do one for me?" Sure. Started doing little free ones here and there, and then all of a sudden I started Twitter, and from there, just every so often, just put different designs up.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Now, I've visited your website, and I guess you had it up since, 2016? You were able to get that rolled out?
Yeah, I finally got the website out, during the end of 2016. It was always in the process where I had a website out, but it didn't look too professional. It didn't look too clean. So I figured, let me go back and revamp it. It just took a while, but without a website, I was still pulling in, sales and, gaining traction and everything without a website. So,
yeah. Well, that was my biggest question. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Go ahead. You're good.
Oh well, I looked up the website and I'd seen the designs you had come up with, and I'd seen some of the controllers, and of course we saw the Red Dead Redemption, and it surprised me that the website only went back as far as 2016. So I'm glad Tyler asked you. How far back and how long you've been working on this, because like I said, it's some impressive work.
Thank you. Yeah. No, the website, like I said, it was up when I first started, and again, I didn't like how it looked, and I was still starting out, still fresh, so I ended up pulling it down. Then I tried to get it one up sooner. It just lagged, so that's where I started pushing on Twitter and started gaining traction. To where people saw designs and they would tell me, okay, I want this, and this. How much would it be? It would be this much. And then I started a YouTube channel. Did a lot of Photoshop. Again, I wasn't that good at it. Put some stuff together. Made some YouTube videos just to showcase different mock-ups. And, that's how I was pulling sales until I started, getting cleaner and cleaner with the work.
Do you still have that YouTube channel up, or...?
Yeah, it's still up. You'll still see some of my earlier work.
And are you still updating it, or? Because I would love to put a link to that channel as well.
Yeah, we need to get links in here for all of his stuff. Definitely the YouTube.
Of course. As of now, it's not as updated. I think the last time I posted on there was 2015.
Oh wow! Okay.
I want to say. Yeah, it's been a while. That's why I strictly now I just post a lot on Twitter. Yeah. Whether it's to show a quick video or show some kind of functionality, or just take pictures and just put it up. I feel like it's a quicker turnaround.
Yeah. So definitely more interactive.
So yes. My question is, on your controllers, and I don't want to reveal any kind of top secret information, but is that are your designs, are they hand painted, or do you use decals, or is it engraved? I mean, how do you do it?
It's funny you ask that, because everybody asks that, and everybody that looks at the pictures, they all assume that their stickers, their decals,
Right.
it's all hand painted from start to finish.
Oh, well, I feel special because that's exactly. I thought they were handmade.
Yeah, the detail work is all done by my partner. Like I said, he does shoes, so he's a perfectionist. So he'll go in and put in detail work and make sure it looks flawless.
So do you use a stencil? I mean, like, you put a stencil on and paint in the stencil, or is it all just freehand?
He freehands everything.
Wow.
That
is
wow.
Yeah. No, he's talented and he's very underrated for him, because for him doing shoes for how long he's been doing it, he hasn't gotten a lot of recognition. So I'm happy to have him on the team and to be able to showcase what he can do on controllers and let people know, like, this is a real thing. This is not, we're not just slapping stickers on it like I used to do back in the day. We're actually going full on, hand painted. So there's quality in the controllers.
And for our viewers, just so you know, I have visited the website. I've looked over the controllers. My wife has one picked out right now, and I made her wait until we did the interview because we have some questions on designs. And
of course,
just so our viewers know, at this website you can look up all his 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox One. And he has like gunmetal, he has chrome, he has gold plated. Like, there's several different designs you can look at over here, and they are beautiful. I love them.
Yeah, this is not a nasty acrylic paint that's gonna like flake off when you start using it in your hands. I mean, this is some top notch paint, guys. I mean, this is it's absolutely fantastic. And I'm assuming you do Elite controllers as well.
We do everything. So. On the website, everything that's on the website, those are all kind of basic, but if you want to get into the more, custom aspect, that's where I come in, and depending on what it is. But to go back to the Elites, we do Elite controllers. We actually did one for Skyforge.
Wow.
Near the end of the year, we did one for them. And then
that's a big company, man.
Yeah.
That's
they reached out to us.
That's incredible. No, I'm in awe, dude. I'm fangirling hard over here. All right, that is what is happening right now. I'm just fangirling. That's all.
Hey, I'm happy. I mean, we've done that. We've also done. If you're familiar with the rapper, The Game, we did.
I heard the name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, he's an LA rapper. He's well known out here in California. We did about 6 controllers for him, and they were all Elite controllers, all solid colors. Going from chrome to gold chrome to matte black, matte red, matte white, and then two-tone black and gold.
So you pretty much get your hands on any kind of paint that somebody requests.
Well, I mean, we're using automotive paints and all the automotive clear coats. So we're really using high-end materials and paints. We're not going to Home Depot and say, oh yeah, let's get that $5 spray can and let me go ahead and spray it down. No, we actually go in and invest the time and the effort and the money to put out a quality product. We don't like to take any shortcuts.
That's right. You heard it here, people. These things are weather conditioned. I don't recommend playing out in the rain, but they could withstand it, paint-wise.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's cool. You can do glossy or matte, things like that. Yeah. If somebody wants that, that's.
Well, and the attention you're getting from the game, from Skyforge, you're still growing, and that's impressive.
Thank you. And I look at it, regardless how many followers I have or how many people I've worked with or who I know, I still look at the company as it's still that small company I first started. I don't know anything. I'm still growing the name, and I'm still helping even the little people who are starting to get their name out there. I've been in that position, so I'm more than happy to help them succeed.
Oh, and we appreciate it. We do.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
So, the main form of contact, I mean, if somebody is going to contact you to place an order, is the best place to do that Twitter?
Yeah, I would say Twitter is probably the best, just because I'm so active on Twitter and constantly tweeting. And I mean, you hit me up on Twitter, it'd be probably the best way. Just don't hit me up and say, "Are you sponsoring?" Because I will not respond.
Yeah.
Right.
because I get about 100 or more of those a day.
Asking for sponsorships, yeah.
Yeah, not even hi, how are you? No, you sponsoring? No.
Right.
The only thing I want to ask is, if I sent you a design, would you design a controller for my Twitch channel?
Yeah, that's not that hard. I mean, we
it.
also have a beta. We have a beta that we've released a couple months back for our controller creator, where you can actually go in and choose between a PS4 and Xbox controller. As of now, we're still adding the Elite and the Xbox One S controllers too, but you can go in and design the controller that you want to get made, and then we're still working on the pricing on there as well, but you'll get a general idea of what it is that you want, and we'll pretty much duplicate whatever the mock-up is.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're kind of giving people artistic freedom even on your own. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it might get a little pricey, but that's what custom work is. We fully customize. We're not saying, okay, we're gonna add this, but we're gonna dumb it down and still charge you a hefty price. No, we're gonna give you a reasonable price for what you want, and you're gonna get a quality product, as well as like a lot of the controllers we ship out. They come with a custom case, and you get free shipping, and you get a year warranty, which no other company does.
If we do this, I'm doing an unboxing on YouTube. Seriously.
Yeah. So that begs my next question: is what everybody, I'm assuming, is wondering at this point, the prices of your controllers. Mm-hmm. I know that's probably going to depend on, obviously, the generation of your console, whether it's a 360 or a PS3 or current generation. So is a lot of that going to have to do with exactly what they're wanting done, or do you kind of have like a set fee for like for starters, and then it goes up from there?
I mean, we have a set fee for starters. For starters, they'll probably range anywhere from about $120 to $150. Then they'll go up. The most expensive would have to be the Elite controller, which I sell around $300 to $350.
Okay.
And again, people have to understand an Elite controller, if you buy it brand new, is roughly about $170 with tax and everything.
And then throw in the paint and everything else.
Exactly, and if you actually look at the different shells between the Xbox One and the Elite, they're two different shells, so it's more of a process to actually paint on the Elites than it is on the regular plastic, just because of that stock touch coating.
Mm-hmm. I've already got like 14 different things that are going through my head design wise, so now that we've got you on the show, I want to ask you this. So right now we are doing a promotion. We're trying to hit 100 followers on Twitter. Now, you not being in business too long, I mean, way longer than we have, we kind of started this podcast, almost a year ago. And it was just kind of one of those things where it was a brainstorm that I had, and my dad did some radio work, and I said, you know what, let's start a podcast. So I contacted Brian, and I said, do you want to be the other half of this podcast? I don't want to do it by myself. Right. He agreed to do that. So right now we're running a promotion that once we hit that 100th follower on Twitter, we're going to give away some podcast merchandise. Brian's wife is artistic as well, and so we're giving our listeners a choice of a hoodie, a T-shirt, or a hat with our podcast logo on it, and we're going to give that away. So would you be willing to, if we sent you some schematics of our podcast logo, we might collab with you and see about if we could do a giveaway on have you design a controller for us, and we can use it as a giveaway for the podcast.
It's very doable.
All right.
Brian, what are your thoughts on that? I really think that would be a cool idea. Mm-hmm. Somebody can get an Xbox One or a PS4 TB Talks and BS Walks custom controller.
I like the idea, although it's really hard for me to give something like that away because I want it. But It's definitely an up for our gamers that watch the channel. I would love to be able to give one of these, and especially I'm not very artistic myself, so having an outside look, be able to design it and kind of make it better, I am always up for. I would love to see what kind of
we'll put our twist on it, no problem.
Ooh, I love it. I love it already.
I think that would be.
We're gonna have to order like 3, dude. Just 2 for us, and then 1 for a random giveaway.
So, if somebody orders from you, do you go out and buy everything? You buy the controllers that they want, and then you just paint it, or do they buy the controller and send it to you? Or how does your process work?
I mean, it's either or. I usually, when they place the order, whatever the price I give them, it includes the shipping, the warranty, the controller. I get the controller, any custom parts that may be needed, and then everything gets hand painted. We usually try to, send customers photo updates so they can see what the process looks like and how it's coming along and what it's looking like, instead of them wondering and waiting. Where's my order? Why is it taking so long? This and that. And we usually tell people it takes up to 4 to 6 weeks, just because we have enough time to get everything done and do it right. We don't want to rush anything to where the paint starts cracking or
and the
something
amount
goes.
of orders you get in and everything. I understand. But if the finished product looks anything like the Red Dead Redemption people, it's worth it. It's worth it.
I've also had people. I just recently had somebody send in their Xbox One Elite controller, and I just charged them for the paint job, and did that and sent it right back to them. Wow. So anything is doable. So if you guys want to send in their controller, they'll get a nice little discount, just so they're saving some money.
I love how willing you're willing to work with people. It's not one of those things where you're just dead set on doing it just your way. You're open to work with people. Like, oh, you have a favorite controller that you play with all the time, like every gamer in the world, and you want to have that custom, send it in. I love that. I love it.
Yeah, I like to work with everybody. I mean, do you have a design in mind? Let's do it. Why not? You go to any other companies, they're very limited, or they have, preset designs that you can only choose from. I'm giving the buyer freedom, creative freedom to design whatever they want, whatever they fits their personality.
I love it.
Well, man, here's what we're gonna do. I think we should try to work out a deal with you to where we'll send you the schematics on our logo for the show, and you do us up a badass controller to give away. Okay. And in turn, we're gonna send you some swag, man. We'll send you. We'll give you the whole package, man. We'll give you a hoodie of your color choice, a T-shirt, and a hat with the podcast logo on it. So we'll hook you up with some swag too.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Yeah, we could definitely work something out and make sure it's fair on both parties. That's not a problem at all.
Yeah, man. So if somebody has a logo that they want to send you. I mean, obviously, I would think it needs to be a certain, a decent quality. That way, you're able to make it out. So, is the best way to send you, like a JPEG image, or is it best to, to fax you something? Or, I mean, how do you prefer to get a logo if somebody sends it to you?
Did you say fax? Are we in 1990?
Hey, wait. Some people have fax machines.
No, I mean, JPEG or PNG is probably the best. Okay. I've had people send me super low quality images, and my graphics team have to sit there and bump up the resolution, get it as clean as possible. So I mean, it'd be better to send a good high quality image, but again, I'll work with anything.
Yeah.
So what's your turnaround time? I mean, I know obviously that's going to depend on how in depth that somebody's wanting something done, but I mean, typically what's your turnaround time? From when they place an order to product in hand. I mean, how long does it usually take you to get one done?
Go ahead.
4 to 6 weeks, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he was paying attention. No, but I mean, it takes 4 to 6 weeks just because, for example, if you spend over, I want to say about $250, you get the custom case. So we actually outsource that from a company out in Florida that do custom cases and for like vape pens and different types of items. So they specifically make custom cases for the controllers for us. So that usually takes them about 4 weeks. So usually
I see.
one-off order, or if we have 20 of them for them to do, it'll roughly take about 4 weeks. But by the time the case comes in, we'll be working on the controller, making sure it's done right. And then again, that's where I said we'll send photos to the client to let them know, it's almost done. We're just waiting on a couple more things to get in. It'll be shipped right out. And a lot of people appreciate that personal touch because
absolutely.
they're not sitting there wondering what's going on.
Absolutely.
The interaction is great. I love it, dude.
Yeah.
So are you just controllers, or like does somebody let's say somebody sends you in a console, like they want to send in their console and get a matching console and controller? Do you guys do consoles as well?
Let's do it. Let's do consoles. Let's do shoes. Let's do whatever you want to customize.
Let's do it, man. Yeah, let's do it, man.
I don't care.
Whatever. I'm gonna be broke until I'm 40. Jeez.
If you're gonna go, if you're gonna spend the money to get this high quality product, man, then you might as well go all the way, because I know that somebody needs to have this Red Dead Redemption 2 console and controller. Rockstar needs to get on the ball, and we're gonna tweet them as well as soon as the show's over, and try to get it on board, man, because you've got to get the copyrights to that so you can start putting that out. Because I think
I'll be
once
getting
you
a hold of BioWare for Mass Effect and Dragon Age. And
so have you have you tried to get any kind of a partnership with Microsoft or Sony or anything like that to kind of help you?
Well, it's funny you bring up Microsoft, because I actually had them reach out to me last year for E3. They actually approached me to do some the Halo 2 or Halo Wars 2 controllers for E3 during E3. I guess they wanted to give them away to the fans or something like that. So I ended up doing 2 controllers for them, and I'm waiting till they give it away. But that's I did that. I personally gave it to Aaron Greenberg, who's the head of Xbox marketing. So. It was fun to do that. And then, I've worked with other companies. Like I've worked with 2K, I've worked with EA, whether it's, beta testing their games or like 2K. 2K was one of my first clients, Ronnie 2K. I did a controller for him, and he actually, put it on the 2K stream for a couple thousand people. So, it kind of got my name out there a little bit.
Yes, definitely. And
Brian,
you said you
had
did
no
work
idea.
with EA, so did they have you do something for Mass Effect, or was that in the works at one time? Because I know...
No, EA had me come down during their first EA Play event when they did it about, I believe it was 2 years back. And we were beta testing, Battlefield 1.
Ooh, I got
you. As well as... we were testing that, as well as Madden 17 at the time, and FIFA 17, and just all the games that they were coming out with. We were beta testing them during E3 week. So I stay in contact with them, and I stay in contact with like Oblivion, and there's a lot of other companies that they know of me and they've heard of me, and I just network with everybody.
I hope it really kicks off for you, man, because I love the way they look, and just to see that controller start coming out for the new games that are coming out would be awesome.
I would love to go to E3 sometime. That's definitely a bucket list item for me, is to be able to go. I just think it would be a blast to go. I saw some friends of mine went to Comic-Con in Kansas City was this week, and they're there right now, and man, I just think E3 would be the pinnacle of coolness if you're a video gamer at all. I think you have to go to E3 at least once, and it's normally in your area, right? Normally in LA.
Yeah, it's in LA. I live in Orange County, so it's about a 45 to an hour drive, which is not too bad.
Yeah, so you're right there. Well, that's fantastic, man. Brian, I had no idea that we were going to have a celebrity on the show. this is gonna kickstart the show, man. Like we're gonna wake up tomorrow and have 1,000 followers on Twitter.
Buddy, everybody that meets me thinks I'm like a low key celebrity just because of like the people I've worked with, the people I know. I'm just like, they're just.
Well, I can tell you that I've never gotten a contact of any kind from Microsoft. So I mean, you're one step ahead of the game for me. But I mean, I have absolutely zero talent too. So that's probably a good indicator.
I don't say that. You guys got a podcast. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a, it's a podcast, man. There's so many out there right now, and when we talked about doing this thing, that was my biggest concern. I said, man, you can, go to Spotify or iTunes or Google Play. I mean, any form of music and audio. I mean, there's just podcasts. There's gaming podcasts all over the place. There's political podcasts. I mean, so we.
But see, I look at it this way. Sorry to cut you off, but I look at it this way. Like I started doing the controllers. I had no clue that anybody else did controllers. Okay, until I started doing my research and seeing this company and that company start doing. They've been doing controllers. I just found an avenue to kind of separate myself from them. Mm-hmm. They're like, I'll put it this way: they're all after the gamers and the pros. Me, I aim more towards the celebrities and high-end clientele, to where that's how I built my name. So I'd say maybe do something similar to where you still reach out to the gamers, but you want to also reach out to, the higher up, like Microsoft or 2K.
Well, man, I know that we appreciated the retweet from your Twitter page on our announcement you were going to be on the show. Any little bit helps, as when you're trying to establish a business and get your name out there. But when something like this it's hard to get yourself, I guess, out there is what I'm trying to say, in a way that nobody else is. To make your podcast unique and offer something that nobody else does. So that's hard to do, but. Man, I can't tell you how excited I am for you, and I really hope that your business continues to prosper. And I know that I've got some designs of some controllers that I'm definitely going to be in touch with you about. And like I said, we definitely want to get in touch with you and get a controller here so we can give away on the show with our podcast logo on it. And last thing I wanted to talk to you about, unless Brian has something else, you did a charity event today. We kind of wanted to talk to you about that, and what kind of charity you were doing.
So the charity event that I did was the game charity event I do with a bunch of their video game voice actors. So they've done voice acting for Call of Duty, Street Fighter, Transformers, Star Wars, you name it. So the guy that's running it, he approached me and he seen that I do controllers, and what really hit home was me as a baby. I had 5 open heart surgeries, and the hospital that we set it up at is the hospital that I was in that saved my life. So it hits home every year to do it, to give back and talk to the kids that are also going through the same thing, and let them know, there's nothing to be worried about. They'll be all right. There's hope. There's light, in the tunnel. And, we sit there and play video games with them, do a couple, wrap off a couple prizes, get a couple, local celebrities to come, beat them and talk to them. And, I do it once a year. So.
Wow. It's called is it called the All-Star?
What's that?
What's it called?
It's called the hospital or the charity event?
Both, actually.
The hospital is called Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, and the charity event is called Ask 10, I believe. At first, we named it Celebrities and Friends, and then we made it towards Ask 10. So pretty much we donate blood. Whether it's platelets, a pint of blood, or a gallon of blood, which I did, and we pick a family that's pretty much struggling, and we try to donate that blood towards whether it's the child or the family member, and then whatever money we raise, it'll go towards their medical expenses.
Wow.
Man, you are given the gift of awesome controllers and saving lives. Good for you, man.
Did you give blood today?
Yeah, there was a
wow.
picture.
I saw the picture, but I didn't realize it was like right then and there. Oh wow, dude.
No, man, there was
you're probably busy as.
Right. Picture he put on his Twitter, man. He was all hooked up to the machine, sitting there with a smile, man. He was going at it.
I'm up, man. Running off of 3 hours of sleep. I'm good.
Oh.
3 hours of sleep
chill. No chill.
3 hours of sleep and lost a gallon of blood. Yeah, that sounds like a.
I'll tell you guys, I don't sleep. I'm always up, regardless. So.
Well, you earned the lollipop. All right.
I ain't get a lollipop. I got a Gatorade, but I'll take it.
There you go, man.
All right.
Brian, do you have any other questions for him?
Yeah, let's go a little lighthearted here. What's your console of choice right now that you're into, and any new game that you're interested in coming out?
Console of choice, PS4. People have been telling me to get an Xbox One. I've been trying. It hasn't grown on to me yet. It's still. I don't know. I feel like it's not me. So PS4, since day one, I've had the PS1 to the PS1 Slim to PS2, PS2 Slim, so on and so forth. And, game of choice? Huh. I don't know. There's
a new game coming out that you're interested in. Is it Red Dead or?
No, it's not Red Dead. Unfortunately, it's not. I played the first one, and it was just too slow paced for me.
Oh, I gotcha.
Well, I know that the battle royales are hot and heavy right now. Are you into those? Have you made the Fortnite move yet?
I've been addicted. I'm not gonna lie. I've been addicted to Fortnite.
Yeah.
Even though I'm garbage, I sit there and camp and just wait to get my shot in. But I was not.
Yeah, but at least you're getting a shot with a badass controller.
Exactly.
I've played too many survival games, so when I went to Fortnite, I started looking at all the stuff I could build and ended up getting shot in the back too often.
Yeah. No, my strategy. This is my strategy. As soon as you find a spot, find a house, lock yourself in there, and just chill. Just wait.
I love it.
Wait it out. Who cares if people say, "Oh, that's cheating"? Or
it's a legitimate strategy.
Hey, I'm just trying to survive. That's it.
Exactly.
There you go. Well, that is the point of the game, right? To be the last man standing. Yeah.
Exactly. It's you're trying to outsmart people. People don't want to go in guns blazing. Go right ahead. Get your headshot off. No problem. I'll be here chilling, eating some marshmallows.
Now there is a controller I have not heard mentioned that I am curious about. Are you going to be able to dip into Nintendo at all? Are you able to design the Switch controllers? I know they're really small to work with, but I don't know if.
Let's do it. It's tedious. It's a smaller surface to work on, but if you really look at it, once it's in the grip, that accessory where it looks kind of like a square, it's much easier to work on just because it's all laid out. So it'd be easy to not trace everything out, and then go in and start laying the paint. And it just the only tedious part is taking it apart and putting it back together.
Right. Well, I know they had the Pro controller, which is basically identical to the Xbox, but just those joysticks, the two separate controllers, I wasn't sure. I don't know how copyright works with controllers. I'm assuming you haven't had too much of an issue because you've got basically it covered for Xbox and PlayStation.
The only issues, I mean, again, like the Aaron Greenberg, head of Xbox marketing, he sees everything I post, and I still remember when they came out with design your own Xbox controller. I had a lot of people tweeting me and saying, "Oh, they took your idea. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that." I'm like, it's okay. I already do, but it's whatever. I support them. They support me, so I'm not tripping over it. But
but their design lab though, I mean, it's pretty basic. I mean, as far as my understanding, you can just pick a solid color and then different color combinations and maybe get some writing and stuff on the front of the controller. But I mean, they're not doing like elaborate designs and things of that nature.
Right, and I mean they're doing that plus what else? Yeah, I kind of lost the train of thought.
Well, they did the NFL package recently where you could get your favorite NFL team and engraved and everything.
But it was a white controller. I mean, it was a white controller with the team logo like on the right right handle. I mean, it wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, it was.
Hey,
it was
you could
cool,
get
I guess. But
rubberized grips. That sold me right there. I just didn't have the money at the time.
That. I mean, we could do that too. That's an add-on, really.
Yeah.
But I mean, back to like copyright. I've done a couple 2K themed controllers. When I was first starting, they stopped me and they said, slow down. You need to sign an NDA and you need to sign, a partnership agreement with us if you're gonna start, using our logo. So I ended
but
up,
they offered it.
Well, here's the thing. Like when I did Ronnie 2K, a lot of people liked the controllers, so they all wanted one similar to his. And I was able to get a couple through the crack until they stopped me. And they said, moving forward, you got to run it by us first and whatnot. So I said, all right. What other copyright? Big one was Destiny 2 before it came out. And before the controller was even released, we had our own Xbox One, Elite, and PS4 design that just went stupid viral. And a lot of people were wanting to buy it until we had Destiny approach us and pretty much stick the legal team on us to not sell the controllers, which sucked.
Oh.
And it again, if you get a chance to Google it, you'll probably still find it on the web, but it's okay. I mean, I've ran into a couple companies where they were upset due to copyright, but I mean, it's really all fans trying to show their love for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, what's going to happen though is you're going to get enough likes on Twitter, and things are going to blow up even more for you, and then those companies are going to realize that this guy's got something to offer. He's got quality stuff, and so I'd say at that point you're going to start getting copyright partnership offers and things like that nature to allow you to do more of it. So I think that's just a matter of time.
Yeah, and I'm hoping for it, and I even if I ever get approached, I'm willing to give them a royalties. Here's some royalties for each sale. It's fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I feel like it would have helped them more than what they released. That looked, I'm sorry, but terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Look like stickers, I swear.
Yeah, I try to hold my tongue.
Oh no, I went off. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm very unorthodox. Like I run my account as the personal account, but as the business account too. But you get that genuine feel. You don't get that strictly business type of account.
Like I said, well, you've been more than open with us. You've been quick to respond to our tweets and everything, and kind of contact us, and so there is that personal feel. I love that about you, and this.
Thank you.
The controllers, like I said, they're excellent designs. I'm looking forward to trying to get a hold of you for my Twitch channel and have you do a personalized one for that, because I would love to see where you and your artists go with that. And
Definitely.
Well, man, we're going to stay in touch with you. We're going to stay in touch with you because we've got some listeners that listen to the show that whenever they found out that we were doing an interview with you, they were already excited and ready to tune into the show whenever the show drops. So, I'm sure that, we've got some work for you right off the bat from people that listen to the show.
Yeah.
So, man, I appreciate it, and do us a favor and give your partner some love for us too, man, because his work is top notch.
Definitely.
Will do. I definitely will, and let's just put it out there. Whatever any of your listeners that do want to control it, we'll give them 10% off the bat, no problem.
Oh wow.
10% off for our listeners. So you guys need to get on it.
Do 15. We'll do 15. I'm feeling nice today.
Wow. Okay.
That means you need to hit him up and get an order.
It.
Yeah, that means you need to get an order in this week because he may not feel so generous next week. That's what that means.
If you tweet, I guess, tweet that you heard about him through our show, so you can get that discount at least.
Definitely.
I really appreciate that. As a very generous.
So do us a favor for all you listeners. Go to Custom Controllers, and that's KUSTOM, and then controllers with a K and a Z at the end. If you go to that page and you tweet them with an order, you put hashtag TBBSE, going to get you that 15% off discount. So be sure you guys go and do that. If you hashtag the podcast, let him know that you heard about it on our show and hook up with a discount. So, man, I don't have any other questions for you unless Brian's got something.
No, I really appreciate you showing up and doing this interview with us, and the 15% discount was more than I expected, and I really appreciate that for our listeners. I really do.
It's nothing but love, and I appreciate you guys for having me on the show as well.
All right, man. Well, once again, that's Johnny with Custom Controllers on the show, man. We thank you so much, and much love to you, and we will be in touch.
Can't wait.
All right. Well, hang on the line. I'm going to go ahead and do our outro, and we'll wrap it up here. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in to TB Talks, BS Walks. It's been a good show, and we're looking forward to next week's podcast as well. So thanks for joining us. We're out.
Go order a controller. Bye.
Order a controller. Bye.